for my millions and my billions of fans, who do I have with me?
KOA.
KOA. This is a duo out of Colorado. They were nice enough to drive up to my spot and give me their second interview. Very exclusive. You know how much power this gives me if you guys have a hit song for me to have your second interview. If anything, this isn't a fair trade. So I got you. I got you guys. Okay. So first question. We're doing a duo here, so some of the questions I'll probably have to ask you to both answer, and then some questions I'll have to you'll answer as a group, which you'll get it, right?
Yeah.
You understand. So we have Professor Hobbs,
Yep.
and then Phantom Ghost,
Yes, sir.
correct? Now, and that you add those together, and you get KOA. What does KOA? Does it stand for something?
Yeah. It stands for Coexistence of the Alchemists. Obviously, it's not a C; it's a K instead.
Yeah.
Just a little creative change.
Very
on our
hip-hop.
part, but you know. But yeah, and we kind of just spitballing names out. We want to do something with coexistence because that was an earlier kind of idea that we had spitballed out. And he was saying, well, what if we did something with alchemy? You know, trying to like turn the bad into good, and we were looking, and KOA is what we came up
And
with.
say it over for me again.
Coexistence of the alchemists.
Of the Alchemist.
And another
Very
interesting thing is we made our logo, and I didn't realize this till after, but Blake pointed out to me that when you turn it sideways, it stands for Combined Soul Essence.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally the symbolism of our symbol.
yeah. So we in doing.
So what is that? What is Combined Soul Essence? Is that like a spirit bomb?
Pretty much.
You know?
yeah,
I mean, you don't have to throw it at somebody, right? I guess you could.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny to think about it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how. So how would
Yeah.
you explain it?
Yeah.
Just, taking your energies and combining it to form something greater,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that was exactly. Yeah, we looking at the letters and then looking at alchemy symbols, and we were like, wow, we literally did this on accident, and it's like spot on almost, you know.
Do you guys remember some of the other names that you thought of before it was KOA? If they're not like too embarrassing.
I don't. Honestly, we were going with coexistence for a long time. That was like kind of a crew that
Yeah,
we were put
that was
together
like-
in Boulder.
That was the goal.
Yeah, and then
Early.
We did have the Danger Rangers.
Yeah, that was
Danger Ranger.
we were calling
There you
us
go.
the Danger Ranger shit for a little while. That was hella funny. Yeah,
I like that name too, though.
yeah, it was good. It was good shit. It was good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So it came together. And how long have you guys known each other?
Coming up close to 10 years
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. So we'll just let's just skip to where you met, right?
Yeah.
We'll skip that. But when did you guys meet? Like, were you gonna get a job together or something?
We both had mutual friends in Boulder, in the CU dorm areas.
Yeah.
And they kept saying we need to meet up, and we met up. We spit some flows. We had a bunch of us actually. They wanted that we were supposed to start a group, but me and him took it more serious.
Yeah,
Started
yeah.
doing
You know how that
shows
goes.
at, like hole in the wall places and just having fun. We actually started when we built our first studio. It was literally in the homie's closet.
Yeah.
And then we upgraded to a wine cellar, and now we got a whole room in the basement. So
Yeah.
I like it.
incremental. Started out on cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
As funny as that fucking
Yeah.
sounds. Like, it sounds fake, but we didn't even have a desk. We literally just
No, that's
had-
real shit, man.
Yeah.
I started making beats on a stolen Fruity Loops like 7 or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Hey, you gotta
Couldn't
do
even
it.
the computer wasn't even strong enough. I'd hit sounds and just be like dee dee because it couldn't even like register like
Yeah,
the sample and shit.
Had to export
You know,
and go
yeah.
back somewhere else.
So I totally understand that. Do you so let's think about that. Your mutual friends know enough about you two to be like, oh wait, these guys should probably link up. So what is it like? Is it like there's a party and you're like, yo, this is the dude I was talking about, like y'all talk, or was it like they like planned it, or like someone was hanging out, like you were just on the couch chilling with somebody, y'all are smoking a joint, and then Hobbs comes in and they're like, oh yeah, you two need to link up, and you just start rapping instantly. You're like, oh,
I mean,
you?
honestly,
It was close
pretty
to
much.
that. It was pretty damn close
Yeah,
to
we just
that.
both showed up at the homies. We were chilling, smoking. They're like, "Oh, this is who you need to meet." We spit a couple flows.
Yeah.
We started to spit flows every day.
Yeah.
Started recording shit. Next thing you know, we're doing shows.
So let's take that, and then let's go back to my question and ask it individually. So, tell me why you got KOA. Tell me how you guys met. Now you have your names individually. Greatest duos ever. They have their own names. Andre 3 Stacks, Big Boy, 8 Ball, MJG, Prodigy, Havoc, whoever else, you know? How did you get your names individually? Let's start with Hobbs. Sorry, Hobbs.
For sure.
Yeah.
I started off just as Hobbs. The professor wasn't there before. I
Yeah.
did my own thing back in Decatur.
And why was it Hobbs?
So Hobbs is basically the main name of my mom. My dad wasn't really around like that. That's my last name is Weiss, and so I didn't really want to give honor to that name like that. So I looked back into my family and said, what would I want to give some honor to? And Hobbs is what I found, and that was my grandma's name, basically. Her
Like a
last
maiden?
name. Yeah, exactly. So.
Fuck with that.
Yeah.
And then when did you just graduate real quick and then you put the
so,
professor on it, right?
So yeah, man, I did my thing back in Decatur with under the alias Hobbs or whatever, and then whenever I came here to Colorado and Boulder, one of our buddies that we were in the crew with, he was seeing me do my thing on the computer, and I was kind of taking over as the more recording, doing all that producer role, kind of.
Engineer,
and he's
producer.
Like, bro, you're Professor Hobbs, and I'm like, what? And he's like, you're Professor Hobbs, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm cool with it. That's cool, I like it. Yeah. And so we just rolled with it from there.
Fuck with that. Okay, what about you, Ghost?
Well, originally Phantom. I used to listen to a lot of the game.
Oh wait, okay, so it was Phantom first.
Phantom Ghost, yeah.
Was it always was Phantom before Phantom Ghost, or was it always Phantom Ghost?
So Phantom's always been involved. It was D Block originally, because that's my nickname. Since I was little back in the day, my big brother gave me that nickname.
Alright.
And then it was D Block to Phantom, and then just Phantom Ghost. And the reason for Phantom Ghost, I used to listen to a lot of the game, and he'd always say Phantom. And I was looking at cars, everybody wanted to roll in a Rolls Royce.
The game, yeah,
so I was
yeah.
like, that's my dream car.
Yeah. We'll get into some other artists and influences. Okay, so Dream. Okay. Yeah, what was
And
your
then
name?
Ghost just
Your brother
for my
called you
big
D
brother.
Block. What'd you do, dude? I don't want no problems with you, man. Jesus. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so you listen to a lot of the game. He talked about Phantom. Sorry, keep going. And then Ghost.
And Ghost came from my brother. His nickname is just straight Ghost, and kind of put two and two together. He actually designed my tattoo logo here back when I was 16 or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
And just kind of rolled with it and never went away.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So, a little backstory of how I met these gentlemen. Excuse me. I work at a family-style, kind of fancy, very unique and small Italian restaurant within the Orchard. And I'm bullshitting pretty much, waiting for tables. Probably just like, trying wines. I have to know what I'm talking about, so I gotta try. You have 6 reds, I gotta learn, so I'm just probably hanging out. I'm hanging out, and I look out the window, and for one, I see a black guy. I don't really see that many black guys over there, right? Just saying, I don't really see it often. Couple Mexicans, couple Asians, but that's it. I'm looking out the window, and he's like bouncing around. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it gets past the panel where I can originally see you, and I see somebody recording and someone else helping out.
Yeah.
And I'm already not doing shit. I'm like, I tapped my manager. My manager's a musician too. He actually just plays piano and stuff like that. He does more covery stuff because he is like a dad now. So you're just like, it's all I can get out and just play, right?
Yeah.
But very talented guy. And I'm like, watch, I'm about to get the Instagram, I'm about to interview these guys, watch. And so I went out, and I didn't want to like bug you, so I let you like do your scene or whatever. And then I could tell when you're walking back, you're going over the footage. So I'm like, okay, I can bother them now. And that's how I met them. I was like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I do interviews. And the funny part was, you didn't give me the cold shoulder, but you were very like focused. You're kind of like, all right, man, here you go. Like, okay, we got to like finish it, you know?
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like, okay, these guys are serious. They'll show up to the interview. And that's how I met them. And it's just funny how that happens to me in my life. I just kind of run into musicians and like have family members that it's really like very lucky for me, you know? Hell no. That's against my own fucking rule. So my bad. Is that me?
Let me see. I don't think it's me. Let me check.
It's fucking me. I'm a fucking bastard. So that's why.
My shit down there too.
So that's how I met these guys, and I like to say that because I actually listen to the music when I interview people. Listen to pretty much all of it. You know, sometimes you can have a hidden song on a different platform for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But, you know, I usually go to I went to SoundCloud, YouTube, and all that. And a lot of the bars I hear are a lot of the alchemy, like you said, energy, balance, and then the, more usual hip hop, my lyrics are whatever, these rappers are fake, all this pop shit's lame, a lot of that like real raw hip hop essence to it. And I feel like that really, really intertwines with how I met you, right?
Yeah.
You're putting out that energy, I'm putting out that energy, and we just happen to meet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel this is going to be a great interview. But the important part is, what song did I see? It was the Level Up remix verse.
Yeah.
So that seems to be one of your most successful songs. You put the first one out. It was just Professor Hobbs,
Yeah.
right? Did you make the beat? Did you make the beat?
No, we got
Just
it
make the
online.
beat?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it online?
Yeah.
Okay,
we got it
cool.
From a
Cool.
producer online. Yeah.
So you picked your own beat. Beat's really hot, by the way.
Thank you.
And then why did you decide to do the remix verse?
Honestly, so I made the song. I heard the beat, and the song just like came to me all at once, and didn't even really get the time to get Phantom on it. And we do our solo stuff, but we've been focusing more on group stuff.
Yeah, but you're a
lately,
group first.
Yeah, exactly. So I showed him the song. He's like, "Shit, man, I want to get on that song," and I'm like, "All right."
Bet.
Let's just remix it. Fuck it, And yeah, I love it, dude. I love how the first one came out. I love how the second one came out, and the layers that we added to the chorus to bring in new element and everything. And it was cool. It was good.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good exercise for us, and it came out to be something that people like. So that's good.
It did. The first video has almost 10K, and then the remix already almost has like 2.
Yeah.
And that's not nothing to sneeze at, especially obviously you don't have to go into depth. You were speaking earlier about how you were having difficulty with the Google AdSense and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I understand that stuff too.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah.
But nothing beats organic,
Right.
As long hopefully they're not like getting in your way.
Right.
But, if it's still equal ground,
Yeah.
people seem to like it still,
Yeah.
Now, do you think, and now this is just my producer brain, do you think there was a way you would, instead of having that and then the verse, you would put it together and then shoot a whole nother video?
Spoiler alert. Part 3 is actually
Oh, shit.
coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
On the same page here. Well, shit. Very cool. Very cool. So, what is leveling up to you guys?
It's really,
Leveled up.
who this?
About to make this music, and then there's the fucking singing part, and then about to make this music.
Yeah.
I don't have a good voice, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, so I grew up, playing video games and shit, and
Yeah.
so the concept of leveling up to me was always really apparent about like you gaining more as an individual, and whether it's skills or your adaptitude to being able to do something, like it's taking that effort every day to level yourself up and make yourself better, because that's what we all owe each other and ourselves.
I like that. That's real effort in your rhymes. And as humans, we have to level up, like you said. So we all have our own perks,
Yeah.
So personality and getting money and like love and all that. You
Yeah.
gotta level up, right?
Yeah.
Gotta work on that stuff. So, day one, sipping on Hennessy right now.
Oh yeah.
What is the big emphasis on alchemy in particular? And like, transmuting, stuff like that. Why does that come up in your music a lot? And why does that peak for you so much? Or pique your interest, I'm sorry.
Taking a negative and turning it into a positive. There's too much hate in the world, you know. We need to spread more love. Everything ain't just black and white, you know. There's a lot more to it, you know. And I feel like, especially in rap nowadays, there needs to be a lot more love, you know.
Man.
It's like Boozy said. It seems back in the day, rappers were more idolized, and it seems like now a lot of them are targets, but they turn themselves into targets.
Yep.
And what we need to do is unite instead of divide.
Yeah.
And so, through alchemy, maybe we can find some kind of common ground, maybe,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? What do you think is what do you think changed for it to be like that? If back in the day it was one way, and then now there are more targets, what do you think changed that?
Passion is definitely a big part. I feel like nowadays a lot of people just do it for the image and stereotypes, not so much for the music itself.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, it's about the music itself first and foremost. Even if we were never to get famous, till the day we died, we'd still be making music and doing shows.
Yeah.
Period.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
course.
because basically with us, it's all about you following your passion, you know. And for us, it's music, so that's what we do. But we try to encourage other people to do the same, you know. And the alchemy, like you said, is the constant change of the
Yeah.
bad to the good. And no matter who you are, you know, you could be a billionaire or you could be a guy on the side of the street. And I've met both, and both of them have things about their life that they do not like.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that people just don't understand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's important, and we all need to take the bad and try and turn it into good, you know? And that's really why
Yeah.
it hits home, I think, so much with
Yeah.
us.
And I understand. I get that. I get that. So let me just go through this bar real quick, and it might be a little bit not exact, but walking through the exit, it might be the entrance. What does that mean to you?
Okay, so that
So I think
is-
you said that. That was
yeah,
you. That was
yeah.
you.
So to me, that's one of our more like psychedelic influence songs for sure, and that's kind of saying like you don't. It's
Come on in. Come on in, that song,
come
by the
on
way.
in. Yep, exactly. And it's an invitation to come in, and then saying like, do you know where you are? Are you walking through the exit? Are you
Yeah.
walking through the entrance? Are you looking at your life like that? You know, are you alive? Really? There's a lot of people that's walking around and they're not alive. They're already through the exit door and they got 30 years left to live. You know. And it's sad. So and how psychedelics can kind of allow you to see those doorways and stuff. So that's kind of the influence and what's behind those.
That's very cool. I really enjoyed that bar. Also, I think on that same song, you said something about not fucking with these mumble rappers.
Yeah.
Did I hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Am I off?
Yeah.
Wait, can you expound on that? Why are you not fucking with the? Wait. What's a mumble rapper to you guys? Right. Let's do that first.
Get in the red in the man.
Stereotypical bullshit. Mumbly, thinking they woo. What we gonna do? We cannot rap it true.
And we could do that.
Okay,
all day,
okay.
But it's lame. That's why it's lame to us. There's no. It's energy and it's emotion. But
Yeah,
it lacks any real structure. What are you doing with it? Like you can have that energy, but be constructive with it. If you're just
Yeah.
throwing it out chaotically, I mean, we can have fun, but do you want to spend your whole career making songs
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? And for us, that's not. We like to do that for a song, maybe, but it's not going to sound quite like that. But you know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of unfocused energy, right? Just
Yeah.
kind of blurting out there. You know, there's a lot of hustlers now in music, and there are more hustlers than musicians. So if they see the hibbity jibbity boops are
Right.
working, and if I don't really care about rapping,
Yeah.
if I really don't care about rapping, then what the fuck would I care if I look like an idiot for 3 years,
Yeah.
make a couple $1,000,000 and just
Yeah.
go back to my regular life?
Right, you have no heart for the music.
Yeah, and I can't blame someone for that, like, just as far as, like, money and, like, getting your life
you're
set up.
running
I
a
can't
business.
blame you, bro.
Yeah.
But it just stinks when it bleeds into music, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. That it's definitely the whole industry has become overly commercialized, and it's a problem. And you hear this a lot. You know, you got your brand, your product, and that's cool. But like, are you extorting yourself for your brand, or are you actually your brand? That's the question.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of it is just extorting this fake image of who you portray to be. You know.
Yeah, man. A lot of acting for no reason. For no reason.
Exactly. You can just be yourself, man. It's
Stick to the books, not the streets. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a blood neighborhood. That's a lot of my family was that. And at the end of the day, you know, shit ain't what it was, and it ain't worth it. You know, stick to the book, stick to your dreams. 'Cause the
Yeah.
only thing the streets are gonna get you is dead or in prison. Neither of them is worth it.
It's no love. It's no love in the streets,
Yeah.
man. It's not a real
Yeah.
thing.
No.
One of my buddies was telling me the other day. He's just like, you know, it's funny. I drive back into my old hood, my old neighborhood, and it's the same thing on repeat. It's, you know, you see a group of guys, and they all like, you know, they're cool or whatever. He was like, there's probably like 2 dudes in that whole group getting money. Everyone else is broke as fuck, just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Half of those dudes are gonna be his enemy in a year or two because they're
Yeah.
gonna get hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're showing a hungry person your fucking plate. You know, they're gonna eat, bro. Like, it's not like a. So yeah, ain't no on the streets, guys. I really like that you guys are giving that message. I have a lot of entertainers, but I have a lot of teachers and stuff in my family as well, educators, and so that's very, very important. And like to definitely say that you can do all that and still make music. You can go to school and make music, bro. Like you don't just gotta just go crazy, you know, and crash out with your life, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So a couple more industry questions before we can get to the fun stuff. I'll give you one of my compliments for your music is that when you guys rap together, it actually sounds like you're friends. It doesn't sound like you got a deal and you got a deal and you're both at Atlantic and they're like, you guys should make music. And you're like, okay, I guess we're like boondock shit. Like, okay, I guess we're friends now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't seem like some fake ass industry friends.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to talk about now is ETEP, ETEP, is that the only like project you have out as far as like not just singles that you have out? Like,
Yes, that's our full most one unit project.
yeah.
With a
So
bunch of
do you
songs.
now? What do you guys call that? Because with the way streaming works nowadays, you can just call anything an album or a playlist or a project. What do you call ETEP?
Extraterrestrial extended play.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you call that an album, a mixtape, a
Or
playlist, a
EP,
project?
Basically,
EP.
Yeah. That was the original idea. Was extraterrestrial early presentation.
Extraterrestrial early presentation.
Yep, and then we kind of morphed it into what he said.
Yeah, I like it. I like this fucking spacey fucking energy shit, dude. That's very cool. So thank you for telling me what that means. I think maybe I feel like Come On In was my favorite, or it was like Indigo was one of them, right?
Yep.
I think those two are probably my favorites off of that
Indigo's
one.
definitely a fan.
Yeah, Indigo's
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I think
sure.
those two are my favorite. Not, all of them were fine, but I
Yeah.
think those two are the ones that stood out the most to me. And when you guys were recording that, how did it start? Like, how did it feel? Like, what was going through your head, like, for that moment in time? Like, when you guys were working on, from deciding the name and the artwork, everything. Like, what were you doing?
So we kind of built some of the songs before we decided what they were going to be on, and then we kind of were like, okay, what can we do with this? How can we shape this into one kind of cohesive project in some way, you know? And we obviously always about alchemy and all that, and we've always been into more trippy stuff, so we're like, let's go more cosmic or something with it, you know, do extraterrestrial. And so that's kind of where we came up with the name. And it's the concepts kind of built themselves. It's funny that you like Come On In a lot. That's a song that like we kind of threw together almost last minute, and then switched it from being what it was supposed to be on, and then put it on ETEP. And it's one of those ones where I don't know. You always hear artists say like you don't know what song is gonna be the best. And
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where I was like, I don't know what the response is gonna be on this.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's different, and you know, but we like it a lot. But it was like, are people gonna like this? So it's cool. Glad to hear that you liked it.
Yeah. Thank you. Wine Cellar Studios. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our
So
studio.
so that is your guys' studio. Why is it called Wine Cellar Studios?
We started, we built our studio in the homie's closet. Next thing you know, it was in a wine cellar. And on the most humblest of ways, we know we're going to be best sellers. So why not mix it all together, you know? Blow up.
Yeah, wine cellar studio, and then we switched it up from like wine, like wine that you drink, to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm whining because that's
Well,
what
because
people sell.
it's because I mean it's hip hop, bro.
Yeah,
It's got to spell things incorrectly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the thing, you know. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what. So that's what the biggest controversy before this interview happened. What I was trying to do, I was like, do I get the Hennessy because they said it in the song, or do I get the wine because it's the studio? Trying to figure it out. You're fine.
Yeah.
Looks like you made the right decision, I'll tell you that.
Hennessy was definitely the move. It was definitely the move.
So I also have to give you another compliment. And this is, this is a very old head compliment, right? But I like the length of your songs. I feel like nowadays they'll have a song that's like a minute and like 50 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And then like 20 seconds just being like, whoop, whoop, bitch. And then they come in, they do their hook, and then they do this like weird like 12 to like 18 bar verse, and then
Yeah.
they do their hook again, and then like they might talk a little shit, and then they're out, they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's fine or whatever, but it's just been so much of that
Yes.
now that when I listen to a song that has like 4 minutes, I'm like, this song's long as fuck, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at it, it's like a 2:50. I'm like, that's not long at all. Like,
Yeah.
I came from the mixtape era. Like, that's not shit. I'm used to when I was coming up, or you guys are my age pretty much. I'm a little older, but the mixtape era, there's be these 6-minute songs, but 10 rappers on that shit.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like.
that's what we miss. That's what we
Fucking
wanna
like
miss.
DJ K Slay and shit have a bunch of fucking rappers and they all just destroy a beat that was already a hit and just doing it for no reason,
Right.
like
Do it for the passion, the love of the music.
yeah, just and showcase your skill, man. This is supposed to be a competitive thing, yes?
Dipset.
Yeah, fucking Dipset. We're gonna get into the hip hop nerd shit in a second, okay? A couple more questions. How do you guys feel about the local scene in your area, or you could go to Denver or Colorado? How do you feel about like the scene? Like, what do you see? What's going on? Positive, negatives, in between.
There's a lot of talent, but there's a lot of hate. See, the way we see it is there's enough seats at the table, everyone can eat, but I feel like in general, like there is a lot of love. There's definitely more love than hate, but I feel like there's too much of people feeling like it's competition instead of feeling like let's bring this up together, you know what I mean? Look at all the big artists that come out here, they definitely got love for us for a reason, but I feel like, the local scene just needs to come together a little bit more. That's
Right.
That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it is a competition. It's not that it's not a competition, but everybody at the Olympics is competing, but they all
Yeah.
come together to make the event happen.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that Colorado, in my opinion, is missing a lot. So we got a lot of artists that are hungry. We got a lot of artists that are passionate, but nobody wants to put bricks together to build a house
Yeah.
to make shit happen.
Yeah.
We don't have a staple like that, that's for the artists like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have venues that have tried to do and sway from that to some degree and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's future goals for us eventually. Down the line, get a venue, get all that
Yeah.
shit going. We're trying to get
Yeah.
shows going and
Yeah.
combine the passion that we have for music and the passion that other people have. And get that going and get it more for the artist, and that's future goals. But yeah.
I like it. I definitely can see that. Where I'm from is the same way. People hate on each other a lot. We have some big names out of Cleveland, but for the most part, still hard to really make it. Mm-hmm. It's definitely hard to make it out here too because you don't get any like fake hip hop points being from Colorado.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're from, from Cali or if you're from New York or Texas
Yeah.
or Chicago, you automatically get points like, oh, you're from Chicago? You know, someone will give you a listen just because of
yeah.
that. You don't get that out here. You don't get
Yeah.
that advantage. Everyone's just like, it's a bunch of fucking people smoking weed in the mountains. Look what the fuck could they rap about? Like,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
not fair. It's not
Yeah.
fair. It's not everyone's fucking skiing every day,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
living in like South Park, bro. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, you have to actually be here to realize that. Like, people
yeah.
still don't believe me that it's colder in Cleveland than it is out here. They're like, oh, it's snowy.
yeah.
I'm like, hell no. I'm like, it gets cold for like
nice as
a
shit
couple
here, man.
days, I guess. There's some big snowstorms, but that shit's gone, you know.
Keep thinking it's cold though. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's already at this point. It's almost like I've been born here. I'm like, oh, people keep moving here. This rent's
Right.
ridiculous. Even though I'm one of the scum too.
Yeah,
bro. I'm one of
yeah.
the scabs.
Yeah, I am
So,
too, man. I'm a transplant.
oh yeah. So I'm just like, get out of here. So the Warriors video just dropped. How are you guys feeling about that?
The video itself is dope.
Warriors.
Censor myself, Google.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big F bomb.
Oh, that's why you censored in that
So,
song,
yeah,
bro.
we had to
I didn't want
re-release
to talk
and
shit. I didn't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah, it
I was like, because I went to one of those parts like,
Bullshit.
I don't know if he's gonna hear this or not, but we're gonna put this out there anyway. Triple H. You're the head of creative.
Say whatever you want,
WWE
man.
Now. KOA versus Google Ads at WrestleMania. Book it.
It's gonna
Pay-per-view,
be crazy.
sir.
You don't know.
So yeah, well, okay, wait. So they so what? Because you said fuck and nigga,
Yeah. Cancel.
Yeah.
you can say
The
nigga all
funny
day
part-
online.
But we've
Since
done
when?
it in other videos.
Yeah, we've done it in
We have done
multiple
way
other
worse.
videos.
And
We
they
got
just
hit with-
picked that one, huh?
Yeah. Shocking content. Multiple cases of shocking content. And then we
Was
Paid
that
for the shit.
was that them after the reviewing their shit? Or did someone report it?
yeah, I don't know if somebody reported it. I don't know
I
if
feel
they-
like
Because there might
so we
be
set
a
up-
hater afoot.
It could be, yeah. We set up an ad, and usually you wait their 24 hours or whatever after the video to clear before stuff gets rolling sometimes. So I wasn't making a big deal about it. I checked the next day, and they're like, "Oh, shocking content, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "What?" Like,
Maybe they're like shockingly good content.
yeah. I'm like, okay, thanks for the compliment, but can we still get the ads? It's a very good way to get we use Google Ads because it's a good way to get your music in front of people.
Yeah,
that
man.
Wouldn't normally see you. We
It
post it.
prioritizes.
Yeah. Put it on people listening. They're jamming out to music anyways. You might happen across our track, and you might not even know that you're watching an ad.
Yeah,
You just vibe to the music. If you like it, you like it. We get a view. You check out our page. That's
Yeah.
cool. If not, it's a skip, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean they have their community guidelines and they change all the time,
Yeah.
so they probably just nitpicked on something super stupid.
Exactly.
Literally, it could have been like you guys' shirts. It looks a little like Illuminati
Yeah.
type, you know.
Yep, and it was a darker video, definitely.
You know, so they could be doing some weird shit like that. I don't
Yep.
really know exactly, but I understand the funny internet games that happen. I hope it's not a hater though.
Yeah, we hope not either. They're out there though.
Hey, but if they're gonna be out there, at the end of the day, one thing remains true: haters gonna hate, but graders gonna grade.
And all it does is push us forward. The only thing it did now is made us think about alternative routes to advertise. Really,
Yeah.
This is gonna make us stronger. You can't cut us down. Yeah.
So, you've answered pretty much all of my industry questions. I guess the last one would be if you could tell me the moment, and this is a question for both of you to answer, right? The moment where you realized that you wanted to rap.
You can go first, brother.
You
I'll
wanna
go
go?
first.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it, I guess, since I was probably like 14, 13.
Yeah.
Been doing music for a long time. Played bass since I was little. Always had an appreciation for both rock and
Yeah.
hip hop.
What was the time where you put pen to paper? I'm assuming if you're my age, you probably did that first,
Yeah.
and was like, I'm about to do this.
I think as crazy as this is going to sound a little wild, I was writing and doing my thing for a long time, freestyling with buddies, joking, never taking it serious. But the moment where I decided to be serious about it, I was on acid at a Riff Raff show. And I was like, this motherfucker has got the entire fucking room moving wild. And he was singing the wackest shit I have ever fucking heard, and it's just not for me. If it's for you,
I
it
get
is
it,
what
I
it is.
get it.
But, I was like, if this motherfucker can do it, I can
Like
do
candy
it.
cane, ice cream.
Yeah, I'm sipping on my Jordans.
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, that sounds terrible. That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
was the
terrible.
song. And
He's got
that
he's
was
got
when I
good
was
songs.
like,
That sounds terrible
okay,
though.
I can't do it. I can do it. You know, if this guy can do it, there's a rap.
Yo, that is sick. I hear you though. Yeah, he's got some fucking stupid shit. But he's actually if you relax a little bit,
Yeah.
he actually has some pretty good songs,
Okay,
like some
I'll
good
have to peep
bars.
some more.
Yeah.
I definitely only heard his mainstream stuff.
My one of my favorite songs by him is it's called Aquaberry Dolphin, and it's him and Mac Miller.
Oh,
Rest in
okay.
peace.
I love Mac.
You know, so,
Yeah.
and the BIB is fucking crazy. They're just like talking shit.
Okay.
So very cool. Okay, your turn. So when was the moment you realized like, you know what, I gotta do this rapping shit,
mean,
man?
This is gonna sound bad, but it was after I started performing. I started performing in, I'd say, 2007. But
Yeah.
in 2010, about to bring up a controversial artist, Machine Gun Kelly, was on tour with Snow the Product
Okay.
and Tech Nine.
Slow the ball, yep.
I went to see him at the Fillmore, and I was just spitting the flow, and God and Miss Obsessed crew was there with UB, and they heard me rapping, like, look, bro, it's simple. Some people got, talent you gotta earn and you gotta work with, and some people just got natural talent. And what you gotta do is you gotta take both, not national, but natural. And sometimes what you gotta do is take them both and mix them up, But for me, it was that show when I seen Tech perform, and then fast forward a few years later, I met him, and I just asked him a simple question. I said, what is the number one piece of advice you would give to an upcoming artist? And what Tech Nine said from his mouth was, always keep the passion and never give up. You'll make it eventually if you never give up. Just be true to you. Don't fake an image.
Yeah.
That's super
And
cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely what got me going. Tech Nine's a big influence for me.
Yeah, stranger music.
Yeah.
That's cool. So now, what do you think? So let's go a little bit off of our passions, and let's talk about some of the greats. Let's talk about some people that you guys might know. Now, as a hip hop duo, right?
Yeah.
What are some hip hop duos that you like, that you want to talk about a little bit, that maybe you want to live up to? I've already said, who'd I say? I said Mobb Deep, 8-Ball MJG, and then Outkast already, but there's more, right?
Yeah. There's definitely more.
Is there
For some of us, it's more than duos, and shout out to Professor Haas for this one, but he got me real into Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah. Okay. Now, because a duo is a group.
Yeah.
So let's do duos and group. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll do duos and groups, right? So we got Flatbush Zombies,
That's definitely one. Cess Crew definitely.
Palm
gives us a lot of
Trees,
try.
Flatbush Zombies. Yeah.
Tech Nine, Chuck Calhoun, and Chris Calico in the original Strange Music days.
Yeah. Was the original Strange Music, wasn't Hobson part of that?
No, he wasn't on Strange. He went on tour with them. He played with them, but
He was
never
affiliated.
signed. He had Funk Volume.
Funk
Yeah.
Volume, yeah, that was like
with
Jared
Dizzy.
Benton.
Darren.
Yeah.
I've actually
And,
met Jaren and Dizzy, and they're both super humble.
Yeah.
Super humble. Futuristic's a really cool guy too.
Yeah, Futuristic.
Shows a lot of love. Seen him in Kansas City and in Denver. So.
Yeah. A lot of Kansas City connections out here.
Oh, I got a lot of connections to there actually. Here, hopefully after March.
Yeah,
there's
man.
A couple artists I know out there that want to do shows, and I'm just gonna say one is Stevie Stone's nephew, my boy Pound Game Addison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that should be good. Go
Yeah.
out there and hit a show.
Yeah,
in Casey.
man. And then, so what are both of yours? Some of your favorite rappers, rap groups? We'll just do all of them. Fuck it. Like
Honestly,
what's some
yeah,
like?
I mean, I listen.
You could
to
be like Lil
everything.
Wayne too, and just say you
Yeah.
just listen to yourself.
Yeah, no, I listen to everything. I listen to rock, hip hop. Basically, the only thing I don't listen to is country, and everything basically has influenced my music. I would
Yeah.
say, like
Except
rock
that damn
stuff.
country.
Yeah, rock stuff. You got, except for country. If you're Garth Brooks or something, sorry, you're fucked.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Sorry, you're not.
Lots of dudes. I really love like the Jimi Hendrix days and
Yes,
rock
sir.
and stuff.
Of course.
Psychedelic rock and all that.
Of course.
And then hip hop stuff. Like I would say my biggest ones are got to be like Nas, or
yeah.
like Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, yeah,
Mac
there you go.
Miller. There's older guys too. A lot of. I really love Living Legends. I grew up like constantly listening to Living Legends. I don't know if you've ever.
I
heard
might
of them.
have to them.
They're a big group, and they are fire. They're
Well, who are they like with? Who are they like fuck with? Is it just
Yeah, they got
Oh yeah, I know Murs. I know Murs.
I'm trying to think of who
Murs had that fucking
I mean, I don't think he was for as long, but they did the whole Murs and Mims thing. I know Mims is fucking living legend for a little bit.
Yep,
This is why I'm hot.
Yeah, music is my savior.
And stuff, I think, with them too, from like Atmosphere or whatever.
Yeah, Murs is an underground legend for real.
Yeah, he was on Strange Music for a little bit actually.
Yeah.
One time I met him was in Boulder.
L.A.
is gone now, but
that was
went and
the
did a last minute show there. My brother could make it. She's like, bro, go and kill it. And no one to this day knows about that show.
Do your thing.
But I was freestyling. I bullshitted my whole set. I was freestyle for like 20 minutes. And they didn't even notice. They didn't even know. They just were like, this is fire.
They're like, this is good.
I
We like this.
Oh yeah, you forget
know?
L.A. California A hot.
Yeah.
So what's some of your favorite things about rapping? Or do you guys write, or do you freestyle, or do you both? No, hold on. No, in the booth. I'm talking about like as far as like when you're making a song. Still both?
Yeah.
Okay,
both.
still both.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I say freestyle, do you have the beat on, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna just like punch in, or like I'm trying to think of the hook, so you just like what is like freestyling to you?
Honestly, we try not to like set any restrictions on it and just let it flow.
Pour me up, Ghost.
Of course, my brother.
Thank you.
That shit's good, man. It's been a while since I had some Hennessy.
Yeah, man, I drink dark in the winter and tequila in the summer and spring.
Hey,
You know, gotta warm you up.
Yeah.
You know, shout, from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? Home of Alcoholics Anonymous. We started that. And LeBron James, unfortunately. Just kidding. LeBron's fine. LeBron's fine.
Yeah.
Now, so what are your like favorite things about rapping? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
It's all good, man.
Honestly,
we're having fun,
me,
right?
I've always loved music, but I got lucky and made a brother and best friend. Just doing shows, the experiences we've had.
That's your favorite. Yeah, it's one of your favorite parts.
A lot of fun, seeing how into it we are. We have both very supportive families. Both of our girlfriends are very supportive.
Yeah,
both of our sons are very supportive. And honestly, I feel like we have the biggest support team in the rap game. I don't care how big an artist is, and that's no disrespect. I mean, in the humblest of ways.
Yeah.
We're very blessed, and
we are.
I'm just humble and happy to be able to live my dream, and that God, or whatever higher power you believe in, but for me, it is God, not under a certain religion.
Yeah.
But I believe God brought us together for a reason.
God, Allah.
And ever since, it's been a blessing, My bro's, he's good people and good vibes, and he helped me when I was through a dark time. I was drinking hard liquor every day, like blackout drunk type shit. And he just reached out and was just like, yo, bro, like, what's bugging you? Let's talk. Let's go do stuff. We'd go to the mountains. He'd just sit there and talk. When he barely knew me, one night I was borderline alcohol poisoning, and he helped me come out of that, to be honest with you. He brought me bread, water, bro was looking out for me. I was
bad, bro.
2 months in.
Yeah, bro.
2 months into each other. He definitely helped your brother out, man. I'm thankful.
And honestly, the only
Love
reason
it.
that I
Love
was
it.
able to do that is I've been through that shit too,
Yeah,
I
man.
think we all fight our own demons.
Yeah, it's especially as a man, the older you get, not that you can't do this when you're younger, but especially with downers, with weed, liquor, perks, anything that brings you down. If you're a man really trying to figure it out and try to find happiness, things like that can take you to a really dark place.
Oh yeah.
And boys are pretty dangerous when they're in that state. So it's good that you guys were able to help each other through times like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can take a lot of that and put that in your music. Maybe it doesn't have to be a story about that, but you can still take that pain, that upset, and just energy in general, and focus it on something.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just fucking mumbling it.
Right. Yep. That's the outcome.
So we were talking about it first. I'm back to that mumble shit.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, "Blah, bitch, I'ma kill you," and then get beat up at Starbucks. You don't want to do that. So we did the groups. We did favorite parts about rapping. So let's try to get away from the music a little bit. What do you guys like to do outside of music, right? Because you live regular lives. You got girlfriends. You fucking eat food. You work. Like what else do you guys like to do? And
I love professional wrestling, and I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
I do, and Honestly, one of my goals, and that's how I know my brother's true support because he didn't even watch wrestling like that. But one of my goals is to perform at WrestleMania. Honestly,
Yeah.
That shit would be
real
dope.
shit. To
Yeah.
perform at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of rappers have done it, man.
It's a good move. It's
entertainers.
It's a good spot, yeah.
So what would that look like? Would you? I'd watched a lot of wrestling coming up, but more like that was like WWF.
That's
Right,
what
and
I
Little
WCW.
Attitude Era, baby.
And then what was like the other with it had like the octagon
UFC.
ring? No.
TNA.
TNA. I watched TNA.
Non-stop action.
Yeah, and that was a little more hardcore.
Yeah.
So I was definitely into it for a big time.
Yeah.
It's definitely I like to consider wrestling a violent soap opera.
Yes.
If that makes sense. It's all
It's
all drama, but they're just beating the shit out of each other
Yeah.
and flipping around and athletic on athletic drama, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, what else?
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grew up skateboarding a lot. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you had that in one of your videos. You guys were skating around town and stuff.
Yeah. Meditation.
Yeah.
For me personally, I do some 3D printing, and I've been
cool.
doing art forever, so painting, all that kind of stuff.
Like the paint too.
Yeah, paint, draw, all that kind of stuff.
And
I
then
do some gaming on the computer too.
What kind of games you guys play?
Right now I've been kind of
'Cause gaming
on
is-
Overwatch, but
What was it?
Overwatch. I don't know. If
Oh,
you've ever-
Overwatch. Did the new one come out?
Yeah, the Overwatch 2, they've been.
It's free,
screwing
right?
people Over on it.
Isn't it
man,
free?
It's one of those. It's free till you get in the door, and then you gotta pay
You can,
for all the
yeah,
rides,
if you
know,
want.
kinda
I know it's cool that it's free, so people can at least get started.
Yes,
Because I know that game is huge.
It's
Oh,
fun,
I'm about to
man.
download
I
that
love
shit.
it. Yeah, it's good shit.
What else? Overwatch, the first-person shooters.
Biggest thing anyone should know about me is I'm a diehard Dragon Ball Z nerd. I got Lord
Oh, yeah.
Beerus on my right leg.
Uh-oh.
Super Saiyan God Goku and Majin Vegeta on my back.
Wait, let me see him. Can I see him? Just
freaking-
watch your
I
headset.
love DBC.
Yeah, we don't do audio, we don't do video here, but I want to see this shit. I'll tell you if it's legit.
Lord Beerus.
Oh yeah, it's Beerus. There you go. Super. Oh, there we go.
That was when I was 16, so you gotta think almost 14 years.
Yeah.
They're not,
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Then
that's from Ghost, actually.
yeah.
That's from the original.
that's so
Ghost.
cool. That's so cool.
Yes, sir.
So wait, before we get into that, okay. So, what kind of things do you like to paint, Hobbs, or draw? I'm sorry, I didn't. I just assumed it was paint. I guess.
It's art. I just like doing art. Really, that's
Yeah.
what I like to say. I don't try to confine myself too much with it, but lately I've been doing a lot of 3D printing, and so I'll do like somebody wants a recreation of something from a video game or a movie or
Mm-hmm.
something. I go online, find a model. If I can't find it, I'll model it myself, and then print it out, and then paint that, and try and basically recreate what existed in a game
Yeah.
or a movie. you
Yeah,
know?
they're just trying to
Yeah.
tell you what what they see in their head, and try
Right.
to bring it to life.
Yeah, or custom. If you like, there's a DJ here locally that wants me to do a face mask for him, and we've been working on stuff for a little bit.
That's really
once
cool.
That figures out, it'll be cool, and it's a fun side project to do and keep you doing art stuff, keep the mind going.
Yeah.
I like to keep myself busy. I find if I'm stagnant, I end up getting myself in trouble or doing dumb shit. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody knew, but it's about to be Phantom Ghost's 30 birthday here. I don't think I've ever done this before. I like the sound effects and all that shit. I don't think I've had anybody come on their birthday before, so thank you. Do you have any wishes for your birthday that you can tell us? This isn't blowing out the candle, so it's not going to fuck it up.
Wishes, but I've got a prediction.
Yeah.
No, it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
You about to say something nasty?
23. Your boy. My mom was at the Art Institute of Colorado. She went to school for fashion.
Let's go.
She went to school for business. She went to school for choir music.
There you go.
And she taught me one thing, that it's that time to drop the merch of our own, making our own merch. I want to drop Phantom's fashion. I want to start designing clothes.
Yeah.
The time is now.
It is now.
2023 Phantom's Fashions will be here. My mom's out close to New York, so you know how it be.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be dope.
Yeah, man, y'all getting extra serious with that.
Combines.
Yeah.
Get your guys your combined connections and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it's honestly that's what it's about, man. That's kind of goes back to the artist thing, you know. There's a lot of connections that all of us have that if we just work together, we could do monumental things. It's the barrier and blockage of if they're part of it, then I'm not the one on top, or you know, that's what keeps great things from happening.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you think? What are some of your favorite animes, Phantom?
Dragon Ball Z.
DBZ.
Full Metal
Now hold on. Dragon. So we got Dragon Ball. We got Dragon Ball Z. We got Dragon Ball GT. We got Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Z.
And then we got the one like fan made shit
Yeah.
where the Super
Dragon
Saiyan
Ball
5.
Superhero, or
What is this shit called? It's something
Maybe
weird.
Dragon Ball Superhero.
Is that what it is? Yeah. They got the gray haired
Something heroes.
SS5
Yeah.
shit. That's been, I've been asking for since I was like 13. I'm like, yo, yeah, put it out. Put it out.
Let me see.
I
So,
will say
sorry, Z, you said who's the best?
Vegeta's my favorite character for one simple fact, though.
Wait.
People
Top three characters.
Vegeta,
Top three, bro.
Future Trunks, and Lord Beerus.
Beerus? Is it still kind of
Beerus
Z?
is super, but if we're doing Z,
Just Z. So what you said Vegeta, his future
Vegeta,
son.
Future Trunks, and Piccolo.
Yeah, I figured it. I knew it was
Piccolo's
gonna
my
be Piccolo,
favorite.
dude. Yeah.
I definitely love Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo's
I
cool.
can't pick a top three because I don't know it like that, but yeah,
It's okay.
Piccolo's dope.
Yeah, Piccolo's like the black guy, pretty much.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Piccolo's
saying?
always been the chill one. I don't know. I've always
Honestly,
liked Piccolo.
The reason for me with Vegeta
He's no
being my favorite
nonsense.
character is because of his character development. He went from a ruthless savage warrior to a family man, and him becoming a family man ultimately made him stronger, and I respect that.
Yeah, man.
That's how I felt it was. I was on a pretty dark road, and luckily, I had my brother right there. Hey, honestly, I went homeless in 2017, and the only ones that were there for me were Blake, my girlfriend now, who was just my friend at the time, and my godfather, who is now in New York. So,
Yeah.
they helped at the end. Everyone else was just trying to hand me substances to deal with it. And they were handing me advice, time, adventures, food, places to stay.
Yeah.
Shit, Blake got me a job even at one
Yep.
point.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Love it. I
and
love it.
that's I've been there. Whenever I first moved to Boulder, I came out here with like $500, not a job, in my car, and I slept in my car for the first 6 to 9 months. I remember snow on the ground, sleeping in my car, like, fuck, is this gonna work? Am I gonna go back to Illinois and be like, fuck, I failed and messed up? And it's those things that keep you going, though. It's the fact that we used to be on cardboard boxes that makes us look at the nice studio that we have and say, damn, I appreciate this shit. Like, this is what we've been working for. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before creation must come destruction.
Yeah.
So you're originally from Illinois. Are you originally from
Jersey.
Really from Jersey? Oh, okay. You guys are more from my side of town. That's cool. I figured that. Actually, the way that you guys talk.
Yeah.
Because it's just more like West Coast. I guess.
It's a little more.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially in the wording and trends.
Yeah.
Certain things.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm kind of a pot stirrer, like a don't give a fuck kind of guy. I don't really play politics. I really could care less if any Denver fucking rapper likes me, and they know that.
Yeah.
However, I will say I do like the guys outside the city more than I do like the guys in the city, because the guys in the city, not all of them, and there's plenty of talent, don't forget that part before I say the rest. Plenty of talent, plenty of nice people. There's a lot of guys that kind of have a name and they really think they got this like buzz that does not exist.
Facts.
It does not exist. And I've had meetings, I've hung out, I'm able to get into those rooms, right? Not because of like my talent, but because I can hang out, or in the past I had the drugs, so I get in the fucking room, right? And I see these people who are actually super successful and they talk down in a certain way, and I get it a little bit. If I'm working for a company and you're paying me $300,000 to do this and to shut my fucking mouth, I might shut my fucking mouth for that amount of money, right? if you're an artist that doesn't garner that much attention, but you think you do in your city around your friends, and you're trying to charge all this and you're talking down, I'm looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing a lot of Denver artists doing that, talking like they're the shit. And you're not, bro. You're not. I'm sorry. You're not. And it's really keeping Colorado down because the only city people really know in Colorado is Denver.
Yeah.
Maybe Fort Collins.
Yeah.
Because of whatever reason. I feel like I knew that before I moved out here.
Yeah.
But people don't know. They don't know these they don't know about this Lakewood. They don't know about Westminster. They don't know about Lafayette. They don't know about that. Or Boulder. They know Boulder.
Yeah.
The other big thing too, sadly, is a lot of artists will blow up here and then dip out.
Yeah.
Like the homie Trev Rich, and even another time bringing up controversial, but Machine Gun Kelly. Most people don't know, but he actually went to high school in Denver. He went to high school with my big brother Ghost, and
then you
they
get
leave,
out,
they
you
sell
leave
it.
because you're like, I can. There's more opportunities somewhere instead of creating opportunities for yourself here.
Now
you go where they are.
This is interesting because MGK claims Cleveland, where I'm from, right?
Yep.
I'm from the west side. He claims the east side.
First time I actually ever met MGK was in Boulder. He did a show at the Fox.
Yeah.
And
he was probably
actually humble.
Oh, he was nice.
That's
Okay.
The only time.
Usually he is
the
nice.
4 times I met him, that he was super chill was the first time.
Yeah, usually he's real standoff. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Sorry.
You're good, bro.
Oh yeah.
We're not chill.
Yeah. Usually he's really standoffish and doesn't want to talk to anybody. Yeah, that's really Cleveland. Like that's really like Cleveland. Of people they're like, I don't know, like I don't want to fuck with nobody, but like fuck with me, but I'm just like so I can say no, like type shit. Like that's really Cleveland, bro. That's really Cleveland. It's fucking weird. I'm sure I do it too. It's something else. Yeah, I mean a lot of these artists are like they're like military kids and stuff too, and they move around and like I have a OG that used to take MGK around when he was a kid, because he's been rapping since he was a kid, and like he lived in like Egypt and shit too, and like yeah, bro, like so it's a very interesting. He had a very interesting upbringing, just from stories and shit like that.
Shit, ironically, this is way before so I went to that concert. Remember I was telling you guys about. It was with Snow the Product, Tech 9, and MGK. And I got this lace-up tattoo. Obviously, you can tell that.
Yo, there it is.
Yeah. String and a watch battery.
That's some jail shit, bro. Some straight up lockdown shit, bro. You guys been to jail?
Unfortunately for me,
just one. You see your little skid. Just one night you were drunk.
No,
DUI.
I got popped with some weed in Kansas City.
In Kansas,
Wichita, actually. That's what it was.
Just a little. Just what? Just a little bit of weed, like a couple pounds.
Pound and a half. Yeah.
Pound and a half. Okay, that's like that's enough for them to like be annoyed
they
and be
were like, thankfully they have the like first whatever offense law there.
Yeah.
When your first offense, no matter what it is, as long as it's not like murder, they let you out in like 24 hours or something.
Yeah.
And I got the fuck out, man. I ran from that jail to a fucking library because I didn't have my phone, I didn't have my car, I didn't have nothing. And I remember.
What happened to your phone?
So my homie took my phone and all that shit with him.
Okay.
So that way the cops couldn't.
They can't look at your phone.
My phone? No.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to get me like that too, plenty of times. Oh, you want to call somebody? You can unlock your phone real quick. I'm just like, suck my dick. Take me to jail.
You can
take me to jail, bro, right now. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was
Sorry,
funny. No, you're good. It was funny. I was telling the dude, Kansas is fucked up about their laws with weed and shit.
Yeah, they're not so cool with that shit,
the dude, I'm like, man, don't you feel like a Nazi? You're over here taking me to fucking jail, over here, all this shit, over weed, man. What did I do? Who's hurt? What's going on? You're wasting your time, you're wasting this dude's time, and it's what's it really all boiled down to? Money. You guys want money. It's not about the weed. It's about you getting money for ticketing me for having weed. And you're ruining people's fucking lives like they're just some call.
You can hit that shit in here.
And that's fucked up. That's not. We literally feed off people with that shit, and that's
capitalism, my man.
Of what it's supposed to be, man.
Sad truth of capitalism, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? You been in jail? Prison jail?
Honestly, yep. Unfortunately, multiple times.
It's okay, me too.
More so when I was younger. I caught my first case was a GTA when I was 13. I grew up.
This
with
nigga's
gang,
gangster,
I
bro.
grew up with the Bloods. But see,
Say
the thing
gangster.
is,
Yo,
where I grew up-
we were stealing cars. I wasn't stealing cars. I never stole a car in my life. However, I was around some of that at that age too, and I am not from the neighborhood you're from. We're just bad.
I grew up with Bloods, but
For no
see,
reason.
where I was raised, it was more of a community thing. We were doing, we were doing the community things, getting the toy drives going for the holidays.
Yeah.
We were helping-
So there was some good stuff,
It was a
yeah.
revolutionary. It wasn't so much a gangster, quote unquote, thing. It was a revolutionary. It wasn't a
Yeah.
color banging thing.
You had some like
It wasn't
leaders.
this- Yeah, exactly. It was about spreading knowledge, and it was about standing up for your neighborhood, for your people. But it's standing up for all people. It wasn't a race thing. It wasn't a color thing.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
literally revolutionaries,
Yeah.
and it was different. In the day to day, it ain't what it was. I learned from
Yeah.
real OGs, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm not out here trying to be like, oh, I'm the hardest nigga around this and that. But I learned from the streets. I learned from the books, and the biggest thing I learned is this world needs more love. At the end of the day, I spent my time in jail, but I learned from that shit. I got a nephew looking up to me. I got my son looking up to me. We got shit to do. Like, as soon as I'm sitting here having fun. Sipping, but we're sipping for the right reasons. I was sipping for the wrong reasons. It was bringing me down. I put
That's
that bottle down, and we
great-
started killing the shows.
That's
We were killing the
fantastic.
shows. He was already killing it. And, I was doing good, but I was not my best. I was holding myself back, and I can admit that.
Yeah.
But after that point, so much good has happened. We've done shows with King ISO. I got to sit there 2 hours talking with King ISO.
Yeah,
But that's sick.
good shit.
But that was so cool.
Yeah.
JLB Hood, I've met a lot of my heroes, dude. I've met Snoop, I've met Lil Wayne, Wiz, I met.
Yeah, man. We're
lot
doing
of
shows and
artists.
hanging out, man. I think people don't understand that. I think people think you have to be like in the like clique or whatever. It's like, no, if you're making music, you're hanging out at studios, you're hanging out at shows, doing shows, you're gonna meet all these people.
Right.
It's not like every time it's gonna be a fucking big ass conversation, like a 2-hour conversation like that. But it's in passing, So
Yeah.
like, oh, you do that?
Might
I like
say
your stuff.
hi.
Yeah, and then it might be something else. But that's just art. People, it's very emotional. You're being artists. You're putting music out, especially with rap. It's very personal and stuff like that. So things get misconstrued, but it's never that. It's honestly, I know it gets taken to that place, but it really is never that big a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's the same thing if we played sports. I don't know if you guys play sports growing up, but it's competitive. Like it's the same shit when we're playing sports and like you see someone playing and like that's pretty. He's not on your team or whatever, so I'm just like, the dude's ass. He's like, he's not ass, but it's like I can't wait to fuck that guy up.
Yep.
Same thing on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't actually mean it when we're actually having a real conversation about hip hop.
Right.
But at that moment, since I'm trying to beat you, I'm like, man, I don't know about those bars. It's kind of weak to me. I don't know,
Yeah.
But so things get taken a little far, and it's really cool that you guys understand that, and So I want to go back to I got off of jail and shit. I remember I used to battle rap in jail though for like food and shit.
Battle rap until
Oh,
I
yeah.
came up in Jersey.
Oh yeah. Is that how it started?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask this. So what happened? So we're talking about the game. We're talking about the hip hop industry. Rap in general, subgenres, it's oversaturated. That's why you hear a bunch of garbage, which is fine. At least people are giving their best attempt at it.
Yeah.
And better them to do that than to do something crazy.
Right.
I'd rather you make the worst song I ever heard in my life than
yeah.
go rob fucking the 7-Eleven, but even though they only have $400 in the register, and now you went to jail for 3 years because you're just hungry,
Yeah.
I want to figure out the best way to ask this. So when you hear, what is the difference between hip hop, rap, and pop? With hip hop lyrics.
Pop is more the Disney shit, in my opinion, Disney, Nickelodeon type stuff. Hip hop and rap, the biggest thing to me is with hip hop, it's more passion. And my rap, don't get me wrong, I rap too. But I feel like rap is more the stereotypes that go along with it. The dealing, the slanging, the freaking having the guns, the having the money, the front, I guess.
Yeah,
more.
hard exterior.
Money, bitches, drugs.
Yeah. And that's something to the game, but it's not all.
Yeah. So what's the difference to you between hip hop and rap and like poppy rap?
Yeah, I would say the same, man. To me, poppy rap is like you in my opinion, and this may seem harsh, but you are blessed to even be considered in the hip hop or rap like subcategory or whatever, because it has become so blasphemous to what hip hop was
That's a good
actually
word.
fucking supposed to be. It is
Yeah.
the ass backwards version of what hip hop started off as.
Let me ask a question. How many of y'all know DJ Cool Herc?
I know DJ Cool Herc. One.
Yup.
I
You know, Africa Bambaataa.
Africa Bambaataa. Oh, I know a lot about Africa
know.
Bambaataa though.
You know, the
Controversial.
Foundation. Double controversial. Me and him
Double.
both. Man, Hobbs is gonna hate me bringing this up, but
Uh-oh.
you know about it. They say we're doppelgangers. They say this is Mac Miller's doppelganger. They say I'm Mos Def's doppelganger.
No way. I can see a little bit, but no, that's not fair.
Yeah,